Welcome back to a new video. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to do a 3D cat dog bat. I don't know what it was supposed to be a cat. Then as I was creating it, I was like, this looks more like a dog. And then at the end, I was like, it's a bat, but it was supposed to be a cat. But whatever, call it whatever you want. And we're going to be using flocking powder because I don't see flocking powder being used hardly ever anymore. And it's just fun, something different. So we're gonna do this. And just a small ask, if you do like this video, please do leave a like, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing, because my channel is slowly dying a death and it needs a lot of help right now. So any likes and subscribes would be greatly appreciated, and if you want, you can even share the video. I don't know what that was. Why did I do that? That was weird. It's a chef's kiss. Why are you doing a chef's kiss? I don't know. But anyway, let's get into the nail because now I'm feeling weird. Okay, love you. Okay, weirdness over. Maybe for a second. I've got my Aliana thumb and I've got some sculpting gel. Now the sculpting gels sometimes are called carving gels, and you can get them really cheap or a lot cheaper than branded stuffs on like Amazon and eBay. So do consider that because it will save you a lot of money. Also, by the way, I am using my hands to rub the white and the black together to make a grey. If you're going to do this, please wear gloves. I am a very bad, what's the word? I'm a very bad example. So don't, this is a do as I say, not as I do moment, okay? Don't touch it with naked skin. That's me telling you off. When I should be telling myself off. Anyway, right, look, I've made a grey sculpting gel blob. It looks like a pig's nose now. And I've taken a little chunk off because I need a bit for the ears. But what I'm doing is using I've got some silicone tools and I've got some dotting tools, and I've got look, my cleanup brush I'm using here as well. The brush and the silicone tools and stuff I do dip into gel cleanse, which is, you can use isopropyl alcohol or a slip solution, something like that, and it just helps the product not to stick onto your tools. So initially this was supposed to be a cat, so I'm just like kind of trying to sculpt out. I'm not a sculptor, I'm not an artist in a sense, so I don't know how to sculpt things, but I'm just trying to make the cat's cheeks, or what was supposed to be the cat's cheeks, and the cat's mouth. Yeah, also I am using my Aliana hand thumb, which is super realistic and I love it. You can save 5% using code NAT5. The link to websites and stuff will be down below with the discount codes as well. Look, this is the blob for the ear. I'm just rounding it, and then I'm putting it into a point, and it's supposed to make an ear. It was at this point, actually it was just a little bit after this point. I put the ear on and I was like, oh, it's a bit big for a cat. It was too big. So yeah, I was like, oh, but anyway, I thought I'd roll with it. We'll see what happens. So I'm just pushing it down up against I haven't cured the actual face yet. I pushed it in with a dotting tool just to kind of give the ear a little bit of depth, just making sure we've still got some eye sockets. Then I haven't cured it still, although I've gone forward, I haven't cured it. I'm just pointing the other ear, pushing it into a point, and then again I will stick it to push it onto the nail and sort of up against the head. I've squished it a bit there. It kind of curved, and then anyway, so look, I'm going to poke it again with my dotting tool, and then I'm just going to try and kind of turn it into a nail. I don't know. I honestly, I don't really know what I was doing. This is like a wing it nail. I love wing it nails. They turn out quite good, my wing it nails. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're absolutely disastrous. But they're good fun. You know, it's all like, you know, trial and error. Now this ear is going to look a little bit lumpy bumpy. It's going to be like a UFC rugby player cauliflower ear cat, right? But don't worry, because we do kind of sort it out. Right, so I'm going to pop him in the lamp for a cure. Then he's going to need eyeballs, or it could be a she. But in my head it's a boy. It's a boy, so we're going to call it a boy. So I've got some white sculpting gel, and I've just made, look, 2 little circles. However, they were too big, so I halved one of them, And then I turned it into a ball again, like, you know, twiddling it into a ball. And then it was still too big. I was like, yeah, no, that's a bit big. It's going to look like a psycho cat. So I took it out and I made it even smaller. You know, like those, you know, when sometimes people look at you with those big eyes, like big starey eyes. It would have been a cat with big starey eyes. So I've made it even smaller. And I was like, yeah, that'll do. So then I tried to make the same size little eyeball and stick it in the other side. It was, my fingers were quite warm, so it was kind of getting stuck to my fingers, which was a bit annoying, but that's what happens when you don't wear gloves, Nats. You're a bad example. So there we go. It's got eyes. I'm going to cure that in the lamp. And then I am making a little nose. It was supposed to be a tiny little delicate nose because cats have tiny little delicate noses. Look at that big lump. It looks like a gremlin now, right? But I was trying to make, right, it needs to go into a point at the bottom and then it needs to be flat at the top. I could have even painted the nose on, actually. It would probably look better. But, yeah. So, because this nose is a little sticky out and a little bit big, like I'm trying to flatten the top. And then I got a dotting tool and I stuck some nostrils in. And I was like, that's definitely like a dog's nose. And I faff a little bit more. And then I poke the nostrils again. And then I gave it a cure. I was like, yeah, we'll just roll with it. Right, then I got out a load of Madame Glam gel paints because we're going to add some detail on. Now, dogs, a lot of dogs, some dogs don't. But most dogs have brown eyes. So I got the brown out for the brown eyes. I got the pink out here for the pink ears. So I'm going to fill in the middle of the ear. This is going to stop it looking like a cauliflower ear. See, it looks a bit better now, doesn't it, already? Oh, dearie me. So just the inside of the ear is going to be pink. Pop that in the lamp for a 60-second cure. And then the eyes, yeah, so as I said, we're going to go with brown eyes. So you don't have to completely cover all the white because dogs do have whites of their eyes too. However, my little tiny dog has got massive eyes that look brown. But he still does have whites of his eyes. So if you do leave a little bit of the white, it's absolutely fine. But I tried to cover most of the eye as possible with brown. I will pop that into the lamp. And then I'm going to give the dog some pupils because it's now a dog. It's gone from a cat to a dog. You can't see because my big thumb's in the way. But I've still left some brown on the outside. So that will have a cure. And then you're just going to get 2 tiny little dots of white to look like the light reflecting on the eyeballs. Can you see he's really coming to life now? Oh, it's so ugly, but really cute ugly. I love it. So that's going to have a cure as well. And then this is the flocking powder I got. I got it from eBay. I'll try and link it below. I did order a white one as well, but I had to get the white one from a different seller because this seller had run out of the white. But that never turned up, so I ended up getting a refund for that. But this one, can you see it's got little balls in it? And the balls in it were really compacted, which was really annoying. I was kind of hoping I could push on them and they'd break up, but they didn't. So that was a little bit awkward. I'm putting some no wipe top coat on my palette. Before I top coat the face, I'm just going to add some black into the lips where the mouth is. And then I'm going to fully cure that. And then we're going to, everywhere we want flocking powder, we're going to cover with no wipe top coat. Now I'm trying to avoid the black that we just put on the lips. I'm avoiding the eyeballs and I'm avoiding the nose, and I'm going to try and avoid the pink of the ears as well. You literally anywhere that you want fur is where you want to put your top coat. I do make a bit of a boo-boo on the right ear. I must have put too much top coat and it does slip down onto the pink, which you will notice. But I'm not going to be too hard on myself because this is the first time I've ever done this. And I still liked how it turned out, so I'm not too devastated about it. So, like, literally all around the grey. It's like a shiny dog. Then grab your flocking powder. Oh, hang on. right, now grab your flocking powder. And then you're just going to sprinkle it all over the... And some of the balls were landing on him as well. And I was like, oh, I hope the balls don't, you know. But they did. They ended up stuck on proper, like, hard. There was... I think that the ball on the ear, on that right ear is... I don't know. So, yeah, I pushed a ball off and it took some of the top coat with it. But yeah, anyway, once I'd done, I put it in the lamp. You know, like when dogs get old, they start to get little lumps and bumps on them. We could just pretend this is an old dog with a couple of lumps and bumps. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then I used my soft brush at first. I was being all delicate. And then I was like, sod this, let's get the hard brush. So I got the hard brush out and just gave him a bit of a, you know, I didn't want to hurt his eyeballs. Didn't want to poke him in the eye. Anyway, that is basically, I did pick off a couple of lumps, but that's basically him finished. I had to I had to give my thumb a clean because it was covered in that stuff, but this is him done. Hang on, look. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's a funny looking cat dog bat. Look, oh, I love it. Anyway, if you did like this video, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. Websites and discount codes will be below. Don't forget to give us a share. If you want to give it a share, please share. Just help my channel, my sad channel. Anyway, God bless, love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Love you, bye.